Okay, we're at Gulfstream Park. It's September 28th and it's race 11. And this is a 7 furlong, $100,000 stakes. And I'm just going to go through the horses. The one horse, I still think the rail's bad. I don't think it's as strong as what it has been. I think it's getting better. But I'm just not going to use the one. Now the two, this horse is a strong contender. His last three speed figures was 100, 92, 92. And I know that last race, that 100, was earned with the aid of a bias running on the outside. But I still think this horse needs to be respected. He is stepping up, but I think he should be respected here. The three horses, the horse I think is the horse to beat, Stormy Embrace. 105 was his last speed figure. He's coming off a bit of a layoff, 2 months layoff. Problem is, I just don't think that this is a race they're pointing for. I think this horse is looking for bigger things. I think this horse has a built-in excuse. They'll win it if they can. But he's even money morning line. I have him closing out doubles, but more as a saver, than trying to make money with him. The 4 horse, he earned a 91 buyer, new top, on the outside of the track last race. July 12th, he was also on the outside of the track. So I think this horse has been helped with the bias his last 2 races. I'm not using him. I think the 3 is much better than him. The 5 horse, he also, his last 2 races were his recent tops, a 92 and a 91. But again, he was on the outside of the track when the track was good those days, July 19th and August 12th. So I'm not using him. He's also a $16,000, $12,000 horse, and this is a $100,000 race. I think he's a little underclass also. The 6 horse, he's another one. He earned a 94, new top last race while running wide. I think the track gave him that speed figure. So I'm not using him. The 7 looks like a throwout. He's stepping up from 12.5 to 100,000. I think the 30 to 1 on morning line is about right on him. Now the 8 horse is a horse I like. I like him for 2 reasons. First of all, he was in the 4 hole, but when you watch the replay, he was definitely on the rail that day. The second reason, he had trouble that race. Old-time handicappers, I know they call it the Z pattern. That's when you're close, you're 1 length away, 2 lengths away, then all of a sudden you get shuffled back 3 lengths, and then you come back on. That's the Z pattern. So I noticed that last race. I'm actually going to show you the replay of that race, the trouble line. Problem with him is he's never earned a speed figure high enough to compete with these horses. He's close. He's always in the 80s, mid to low 80s actually. But I think the outside is a little bit better of a place to be today. And when you run with a bias and you run with you get into trouble, there's no way to adjust the number to make up for that. So he's been drifting 8 to 1, 10 to 1. I already got him bet in the doubles. This is a closeout race. So he's the horse that I actually need to make any money from the doubles, because the other 2 are alive to the 2 and the 3, and neither of them are going to pay enough for anything. And then in this race, the 9 and the 10, I think both of those are complete throwouts. They're cheap. The 9's cheap. He's in good form with speed, but he's a $10,000 claimer stepping up to a $100,000 race, so too cheap. And then the 10 horse has bad form. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So my doubles, the first race, the leg before this, we were live to the 13th. He won at a 6 to 5. But if we can get this 8 home, he's paying $63 for $1. I got that 10 times. And then I'm also alive to the 2 and the 3. Now those aren't paying as good. One of them, the 3's only paying like $7, and the 2 is paying $14. But I got all 3 of them 10 times, but only really, well, I guess $140 if the 2 win wouldn't be bad, but the 8's what we need. Okay. Okay, so this is that replay, Gulfstream, August 11th. And we're looking at the 5 horse. Here's a horse again that I think rode on that dead rail. But this horse not only was on the dead rail, he got into a lot of problems. And I think this is a sneaky good race this 5 ran. So you see him there. He's going to end up being pushed down on the rail. No place to kind of go. I think the rail's bad.
Silver Diva and Pops Irish Rose, and Bitacora is at the rail, and last of all, she's about 5.5 lengths off the lead, behind an opening quarter of 24 and 1. Less than 5 furlongs to run in the race, and the leader is Justy Senemo and Jose Bautista by a length and a quarter.
But I had in my notes that this horse got into trouble around the far turn. So I think this horse got 2 things going against him, the bad rail and the trouble. We just want to see how bad this trouble was.
46 and 4 for a strong half-mile speed, less than 3/8 of a mile.
Here it is, coming up. This horse is going to get shuffled way back. He got nowhere to go because of the 4. He had a tap on the brakes there, and now he's finally going to angle off. Now I think this horse could have gave up there, but I think this is a pretty amazing race. Now he's about 3 wide. But I think he already blew his run here.
It's Shanghai Starlet for a narrow lead. Spicy Nelly right back at her. Here comes the finish. It's Shanghai Starlet.
So today we're looking to bet this horse at about, looks like he's going to be 8 to 1. There's some big favorites in this race, but they're going to be on the inside.
Over 7.
Okay, so this is at Gulfstream Park, race 11. And we're playing the 8 horse. I can't go crazy here. I like the 8, but I can't go crazy. I got doubles closing out with them, doubles starting with them, and a win ticket. But this 3 horse at 2 to 5, and also the 2 are the best horses in the race.
And they're off.
But I think the inside of the track is going to hurt these 2. So the 8 was our Starship Boigo, or however you say his name, that got in all sorts of trouble. So we're sitting there about 4th right now.
Super Bomb and Money or Love on the outside second. Regan's Rose is now 3rd. Starship Bonita is 4th. Up on the outside, there goes Stormy Embrace to be in a contending spot, trying to get around Bella Vincenza.
So I thought the 3, and everybody thinks the 3 is the best horse. He's 1 to 2 here.
Last of the 10 as they go to the half-mile point. Stormy Embrace has ran all the way up into 5th.
He's making the same move as the 8. No. This horse angles out now. I think he has a shot. Our 8's running nice. Our 8 just took the lead here. Problem is he went down to 8 to 1 instead of 10 to 1.
Trying to run home is Bella Vincenza with a 1/4 mile left to go. Starship Bonita makes
Come on with this 8.
comes away with the lead. Regan's Rose, Stormy Embrace, far outside Ulagal. Miss Mishak tries to knife between horses as Starship Bonita got the jump on the big favorite.
Wow, you know what? I should have made this a major bet today, but I just couldn't do it, but I had to play him.
Miss Mishak down the center. Bella Vincenza, but Dwoskin and Montalvo.
3 isn't even going to get second.
Starship Bonita, 3 length winners. Miss Mishak second. Stormy Embrace third.
All right, nice ride.
4th.